Hello and welcome to this lecture. In this lecture, we are talking about repetitive constructs in programming. Conceptually, we are doing a lot of repetitive tasks every day. For example, we are doing a sport 3 times per week, or restaurants are serving customers repetitively until there is no customer. But the fact is that doing repeated tasks by humans is quite error-prone, tiring, and slowly. And the computers can do iterative tasks for us much faster, more accurately, and they do not forget to do the task. In order to do that, loops and iterations were introduced in programming languages. One well-known form of looping pattern in programming languages is the for loop. In the for loop, for a definite number of times, we are repeating a block of statements. So we have a range of variables or a sequence of values, and for each item in the sequence, we are repeating a block of code. And we are exiting the loop until there is no item remaining in the sequence, as you can see in this flow diagram. In Python, we have the for keyword followed by the iteration variable, in keyword followed by the sequence, which shows the values that we are going to use in our loop, followed by a colon, which shows we are starting an indented block of code which is repeated each time for the for loop. For loop is a kind of a definite loop in programming. Let's see an example. We have a sequence of name of the classmates, and for each of them we want to say hello to them. So in our for loop, we have the iteration variable classmates in the sequence of the names of the classmates, and for each name we are printing hello followed by the name of the classmate. So at each step we are checking if there is any item remaining in the sequence. If so, executing this statement. If not, the loop is finished. So at first, the first item is Mary, so the print hello Mary is executed. The second Jim, the third Anne, and the last item in the sequence is John. This statement is executed. And when we are checking over here if there's any item remaining, no, nothing remained, so we are exiting the loop structure. Another form of looping is the while loop, and the difference with the for loop is that in while we do not know in advance how many times the statements are going to be repeated. So always we have a condition that we are evaluating that condition. If true, we are executing that block of statement. If not, we are exiting the while loop. In Python, we use the while keyword followed by a condition, followed by a colon, and a group of statements that are going to be repeated each time. While is a kind of indefinite loop. Let's see an example. I have a variable with the initial value of 4, and in a while loop I want to print a value of I incrementing by 2. So the first value is 4, checking whether 4 is less than or equal 9. Yes, it is. Print the value of 4 in the output, incremented by 2. The current value is 6. 6 less than 9. Yes, printed. Added by 2. The current value of I is 8. Less than or equal 9. Yes. Print the value in the output, and you can see that we are in a loop and repeating this block of code. And with the value of 8, adding by 2, the current value of I is 10, returning back 10 less than or equal 9, no, so we are exiting out of this while loop. Another concept related to the loop is the break, which we have the break keyword in Python as well. When using break, we are saying to the program that exit the loop execution based on some condition. Let's see an example. Here we have a while loop with the condition that is set to always true. So you can use the true keyword to say to the program that this condition is always true, and the only way to get out of this loop is setting some condition. So There are customers to a restaurant that are coming and entering their names. The reception stops the reception process until the done string is entered as the name, and we are just printing the name of the customer. This function takes a string as an input. So the first customer comes, the name of Sarah. So if your name variable is equal to done no, the break is not executed and the name is printed out into the output. The second Mary, we have the same process. If your name equal to done no, this is not executed, and this next statement is executed and the name is printed out. And the receptionist decides to stop the reception. The string that is entered is done. If your name equal to done, yes it is, and we are reaching this break statement. When reaching it, the execution of the while is stopped and we are going out of this while loop, and the process is finished. Another keyword that we may use with the loop is the continue keyword. Let's extend the previous example. We had a receptionist and the number of customers, but sometimes it happens that the customers do not enter a valid input or may just hit the enter keyword. So we have this while true loop again, entering the name of the customers. If any customer that does not enter his or her name, an invalid input is printed, and we want not to print out that invalid input, and we are not going to increase the counter which shows the number of customers. So by using the continue keyword, I'm saying that hey loop, I'm not going to execute the statements in the loop, and I just want to go to the next iteration. So by continuing, we are going to the next iteration. Let's see the execution. The first name Sarah, the counter is 1, output Sarah. Second Mary, the counter is 2, output Mary. If no valid input, the counter is not incremented, and we are seeing invalid input in the out. Sam, the counter is increased, and we have the output Sam. In order to wrap up, we saw the iteration concept, for and while loops, and we saw the break and continue keywords by examples. For practicing more, you can see Python for Informatics and check the wiki of Python. Have a good day.